Photoshop, CorelDRAW, pick a product, still doing it. They're still releasing version 10, version 11, version 12. And why do they do it? To keep people engaged, give something new.
Yeah. Every day, on your mobile setup, you get update.
What did Microsoft start with? DOS. What did DOS do? Nothing. It did absolutely nothing. Zero. They built up Windows 3.11. What did it do? Something over and top of DOS. It's something on top of DOS.
Exactly.
But not again perfect. But it got the work done. And people had something to look forward to. Windows 95, Windows ME, Windows XP, Vista, 7, 8. So,
they are advertising very heavily even on the TiE Windows 8.
absolutely.
Because they're competing with Android.
So pick up a product if you think it is going to succeed. Throw the base in the market. Let people have a feeler of it. It will give you in a very low investment whether your product is going to be accepted or not accepted.
So does that mean we should leave the testing to the market?
You should have the alpha test done, beta test done, give it to the market, let them do the user testing. Early adopters are going to be your best testers. They will give you the correct feedback, take that feedback, build on it, release very, very quickly. So agility again over here is going to play a very vital role, because if your product is smart, it is working, it is being adopted, there will be copycats. To stay ahead of the copycats, you have to have agility. You have to have that vision that, okay, by the time people copy this, I am 10 steps ahead. So this is very, very important. So if you have a product or a service in mind, instead of just throwing business plan, if a lot of people have rejected your business plan, then there is something that can succeed, trust me. But point is, when do you want to throw it in the market? Do you want to perfect it and throw it in the market? Or do you want to just throw it in the market and say, okay, let me build on what my feedback is. That way you have minimized your investment, you played well with your finances, and yet had a feeler whether you are going to be successful or not.
Thank you, sir.
We joined in by Rajdeep Sodhi, our TiE member. He is into network security.
Okay,
I can say he is a hacker. Interesting personality. Any questions for Manvir on technology or anything like that?
Yeah, because when I read about the agility, so because agility is a thing which every industry is now trying to integrate.
Yes.
The flexibility and the time to revert with the requirement, that is, it's reducing day by day. Everyone comes with we want it quick, and especially in the launch. For example, recently we got a project about the Android app, and that they wanted to secure it. Also, they wanted to launch before Christmas. Like they're giving us a time of 10 days. Come on, at least we will require 2 to 3 days for at least for documentation and the requirement gathering. So that is there. Like my question is that what kind of the new you can say the techniques or the new development, and especially in the agility field, because I am not able to keep update on this.
So I'll give you an example from my experience. I had to create a certain set of reports. There were a set of 8 reports. All these 8 reports were running literally on 187 lines of code. Okay, and all I had then to do was pass in my SQL query to those functions and generate the report. So the agility over here is, I have written it once in a way that wherever I want to plug it, it's a reporting engine running on 187 lines of code. Okay, so if there is something that you are building, build it in a way that requires the minimum amount of code. And again, documentation is something we've never done. Wrong on our part, yes, but did we ever get time to do it? No. We were literally launching big projects in 4 weeks, and not only big, but very, very, very complex projects. And I'll give you an example where as a process, we were monitoring calls. And to monitor those calls, we had to build out an application which could handle almost about, I think about 48 questions. And all those questions were interrelated somehow. The marking was interrelated somehow that, okay, if this question is there, that question cannot be there. If this answer is there, this answer cannot be selected. And a very complex sort of structure in that. And it also had, if somebody has done this 2 days down the line, that was the same person, see all that, not see, keep the quality under control. Typical time for that development in any structurized environment would take anything between 6 to 8 months. What we were achieving was same effect in 4 weeks. So we skipped the detailed documentation aside. We built out the basic documentation in a day, what is required out of it, so that people understand, the developers understand, the testers understand what the functioning has to be, and then build out on that. Plus we were building in such a way that tomorrow, if we need to skew it or we need to change it, the effort is only on the part of certain logic that needs to be changed rather than the entire application. That logic also needs to be changed only in the database side, not on the code side of it. So also it should be able to reuse certain code in our next endeavor. So that is how we were constantly reducing the time. So there was a time when we were literally launching services in 3 days or overnight, because we now got the platforms correct and we were building very, very quickly on those. So again, achievable, yes. 10 days, I think it's a huge amount of time to be.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we are reusing the code which we have implemented similarly on another app. That is one thing which we are doing. Second thing, like we are, like you said about the documentation, that we have been just a basic documentation of checklist, and we are given a slide like this is the checklist, this is the end product which we will do, and so that it will be like we are on the same platform.
Right.
That is one thing which we are doing, and currently we are working on that.
And that is the agile way to do it.
Exactly.
And you can keep building the documentation in parallel, putting one person who will just do that. Build out the documentation.
Especially which we are seeing the integration of the security in the SDLC cycle. That is one thing which we are trying to integrate more into that, because we are integrating security into the coding and we are into the testing, network security. So that security part, not apart from the coding, that is there which is actually increasing the SDLC period. So we are trying to reduce that period.
You see, most of the security is going to be around a certain set of parameters. It's going to be universal to all products. My suggestion is you build up a product in itself which handles that part of your products or product lines, so that you just plug in that as it is.
We are trying to create that plugin so that we can readily integrate those things when we are using the same code or something like that. It will reduce the time, because we know that this is the 14 or 18 type of security checklist which we are going to do that, and especially at the server and not at the client end. So that is it. So agile is the thing which is really integrated not into the IT industry. Now it is in.
I think it is coming up with every industry.
Every industry.
Even manufacturing, it is coming in over there.
Yes, absolutely right. Manufacturing has to work if you have to be agile. Manufacturing has to do this thing. Even the automobile, this technology runs on a software. So no longer that left to the mechanic whether is going to tune it or not. The
automobile doesn't let you do anything by yourself. In a few years, they're going to take fun out of driving altogether. In a few years, they're going to take fun out of driving altogether.
Absolutely, they've already done it.
What are the biggest challenges you have faced and how you overcome it?
See, the biggest challenge that we faced is acquiring the correct talent. And for startups, the initial team is going to define your success. And initial team will not come cheap. You may have to spend extra money to get them in and to retain them. Because the opportunity for these people is going to be immense outside as well. And money over there is going to play a very vital role. In Agilus, for example, everybody was working on a 8-hour to 9-hour shift. We were working on a 10-hour shift, which was officially defined. Okay, and 6 days a week. We still were able to create a very good initial team. Most of them are still with us and have grown really well with the company. So again, money over there was, I think, we were paying above the market. And that was some sort of a consolation that, okay, hard work is getting paid as well. What we wanted. Hard work is definitely going to go in. So your initial team has to be very, very competitive in that field, where they are not lacking hard work and they are not lacking expertise. So again, where I said finances have to be optimally used, the main, I think, expenditure should be on building the team and the business. And in all my startup experiences, I think that is what has, I think, played the success part for also.
No, you're right. Way back, that's valid. Building startup team is immensely important. Not today, even early 60s, you see.
Because technology can only do so much for you. At the end of the day,
It
people
has to
on
be
ground
people who go to
who are
develop the technology.
People on ground who are going to work for it.
But in the initial beginning, when you are a startup, you don't have so much finances. But then how did you manage to give them above that was required to be given to them?
We had limited finances. I never say we don't have finances. We have limited finances. Okay. How do you optimally use those finances? Some people would build state-of-the-art technology. Some people would spend it on people. We spent it on people. We never said that we have state-of-the-art technology. We said we have technology that works, will get the work done in a secure manner. Your data is secure with us. Downtimes are not there. We have redundancies with everything. But again, we did not spend too much money on that. Very, very limited. Very limited. I think our initial spend on technology was not even 1 lakh.
Was this somehow, did this kind of thought or not spending much on technology or not spending much on other areas give you an edge in terms of competing the bigger competitors in the market in terms of pricing that you were offering?
Actually, with Agilus, we really did not have any competitor. The products, the service space that we were in, nobody in the world was providing that service. At least not to this industry. We focused on the cable industry, which was really, and for lack of better words, screwed up.
Cable.
So cable operators in the US, they're huge operators, losing a lot of revenue, and we came up with a service which would plug their revenue, or revenue leakage, not the revenue but revenue leakage. So nobody else in the world was providing that service. We were the initiators of it. We grew on that, and again, finances did play a very important role, limited of them. But I think the success was still because of the team that we built initially.
All the best.
We in fact built the workflows right from the beginning, but we never spent too much money on technology. We used open source all through, right from day one. The promoters to do that. The first is the person with an excellent background on finance, so that you know what is coming in, what is going out, how it is utilized, where to invest, where to bring the money from. Somebody who is excellent in technology, who knows how to deliver technology, how to implement it, how to bring the cost down, and how to really manage that infrastructure. And third person or third role is operations. Whether it is IT operations, whether it is services operations, whatever it is. the operations person may not have an IT background, but should know how the delivery is done. Because at the end of the day, whatever you provide, whether a product or a service, you have to deliver it to the client in a quality fashion and maintain that business relation with the client. So operations, finance, marketing, and IT. These are the 3-4 roles which are very important to any startup. These may be the 2 promoters or 3 promoters or 4. But then you also have to see, okay, this is my area of focus, I'm not going to interfere with the others. You may have an overview of it, but don't interfere with the process.
In Chandigarh region, what are the positive things or what problems do the specific companies of this region face?
Yeah, I think the positive thing is around talent. A lot of talent around. A lot of people, engineers, MBAs, even ask graduates, a lot of colleges also, a lot of students. The challenge is on the senior management side. Not too many of them have. Because Chandigarh does not offer an opportunity for these people and maybe others. So a lot of that talent has been trained out. So these are the 2, I think, the positive and the negative points. Though with bigger companies coming into the region like Infosys, some of this talent pool is willing to come back. But again, that still is a challenge to be solved.
It is seen in the cloud. You have your own product or you have a cloud?
No, we are only into service.
And that one for the cable industry. Like you said, revenue leakage. So that is the one, the terminology leakages also due to security. So I'm more
You see, yes, security also plays a lot of importance over there, because these people are working on legacy systems which were built in the 60s and 70s, and part of it in the 80s. And what these companies have done is acquired smaller cable operators in the US and grown. Each one of them had their own legacy systems which got integrated into their own legacy systems. So the coding becomes coding, and I'm not talking about the software coding over there. I'm talking about the product coding. So let's say I want to buy a high-speed internet or so-and-so channels on cable television or a telephone service on cable channel. The build-up of that product, the codes that they use to build up that product are so complicated that most of these people who are building up that product tend to make mistakes. Once they make a mistake, their revenue begins. Whether in terms of phone call, truck rolls, irate customers, losing on service.
Like, we also work on a data leakage. So like previously we are working on DLP. That is the reason I want to know more about that. So you guys are implementing the application for them?
We are not really implementing applications. What we are doing is auditing work.
Okay, then.
But we have workflows for our own people to do auditing efficiently and maintain the quality levels that we guarantee to our clients.
So any standard frameworks are there for cable industry, like ISOs or OPEC or
I see nothing is like.
okay. So recently these things are coming up, and because our current recently I have been certified as a product designer. This is also which I see that this is a new thing which is coming into all the industries.
See, in the US, there's something called as a credit check, which by and large, on the fraud side, takes care of it. In India, this concept is now coming in with the creation of Civil. All your credit history goes into that database. If you missed out on your payments or credit card payments or loan EMIs. All of that gets captured in SIM. And not only financial institutions but telecom operators are also using that database now to see whether sending out alerts to you on your payments due or limiting your initial credit or something. So yes, that part is now coming into India to check on the financial fraud side.
I think we're on time and we can leave the floor open for one-on-one interactions, exchange of cards and grab a box of lunch. Thank you, Manvir.
Thanks
It's a
for
pleasure hosting you.
Pleasure seeing you and look forward to you. Yeah. We have something in common, so that's